Our graduates are our greatest spokespeople, and assessment is one of the things that they can take to an employer to articulate what skills they developed, how they worked, and what they think the key transferable aspects of that are. So assessment is, in my mind, a key link between the world of learning and the world of work.
We really want to make sure that assessment focuses on not only the outcomes but how engaging in the assessment process actually helps and supports the development of wider students' knowledge, skills and attributes. We still have examinations, they have a role, but we have a wealth of different sorts of assessment processes as well, which change and develop as students move from the first year through to the final year.
The University of Bedfordshire undertook a complete curriculum review in 2008, known as CREATE. This review created a framework within which there was an awareness that assessment plays a key role in developing students' skills and attributes. The changes are now bearing fruit across the curriculum. The business school decided to change their teaching rooms, creating pods where delivery underwent radical change.
We had a much more conventional format 3 or 4 years ago, and generally we wanted to make it more lifelike. When you go to work, your boss doesn't think, oh, well, we won't assess someone for a few weeks, we'll just let it ride for a few weeks and then we'll assess it. It's not like that. They're looking at you every day, so we assess all the time. This year we've gone to almost everything being submitted direct onto Blackboard. We mark it on Blackboard, we give feedback on Blackboard, and we can do it quickly because it's immediately available for us.
It's great. We submit it through the Brio, and then sometime later, which is usually quite faster than it used to be, we get highlighted problems and then a comment on that, which is really great, knowing why is it wrong instead of just that it's wrong. Students seem to me this year to be more focused on making sure they've got that feedback. We're seeing higher retention at level 1, and we are also seeing better grades. I just think it's providing such a good foundation for level 2 for them.
It's like working in a real business, so I think it's really good practice for getting into the real world.
In journalism, there was an acceptance that the delivery of law and public administration needed to be reviewed, and this led to an entirely new approach.
Journalism, law and public administration isn't perhaps the sexiest topic in the universe, so it can appear really dry. There's an awful lot of material to cover. So what we needed was some way of engaging students, getting them to work with us on exploring it. What we did was an interactive blog system, and students after every lecture, every seminar are blogging the key points as they see it.
When I come out of lectures, sometimes you'd think, oh, I don't understand this. But you wouldn't really ask a lecturer after it. The blogging allowed me to do that.
People were able to learn from other people's comments as well, and it's like sort of like a shared knowledge kind of thing.
It's a way of pedagogically checking all the way through how what you're delivering is being received and understood. And also students have really perceptive comments to make, which then increase the value of the lecture that follows. So it's very, very valuable. It's an opportunity not to show you can jump through hoops and you know how to pass an exam, but that you've got real knowledge.
Lecturers in dance realised that their Year 3 physical education QTS students who were grappling with choreography needed quick and personal feedback if they were going to develop their understanding.
I find that if I use an audio file, I can look, comment, upload the file, they can listen to it and use it.
Make sure that they are secure with those slower movements.
This is all quick and dirty, formative feedback. The coughs and splutters is not an issue. It's about us grappling with the material.
The implementation of different assessment techniques raises very different issues, and the University of Bedfordshire realised that the collection and analysis of feedback from students would be critical in further developing the variety of techniques.
Student reactions are very valuable in helping us to develop it. So, for example, there are thoughts now that we should really include the blog element within the assessment value. And that's exactly what we want. It's about all of us learning together the best way to teach something and to explore it.
We have this concept of the pods being a good learning environment, but also a laboratory for our own teaching development. So we've started doing some research using anonymised reflections. So we have this additional way of measuring what's going on and getting some insight.
We know that staff spend a lot of time giving detailed feedback to students, but students don't always engage with that feedback. What they focus on is the grade, and then they move on. So we're trying to break out of that sort of mindset where students start to see the connections between getting feedback and improving for the next time they come back. So that's part of a conscious process about students becoming more self-regulatory.
Encouraging them to think about the broader skills they've developed can be quite challenging, but that I think is essential to their getting the most out of the work they do.